supposed to be clicking that? Really? Seriously? You really have to click that just to start the stream? What kind? There's now a second step? Wow! What the hell? What an unnecessary additional step. What the hell? What? I don't remember the classic interface. Nothing.
Why, what happened?
It's this stream thing. There's now 2 steps to do instead of 1. I'm used to the single step. They changed the interface, ma. It's so unnecessary. What the hell? What the hell? So I've been streaming nothing in the past few minutes or so, not realizing that I'm supposed to be clicking that button over there. How awful. Now what? At least I realized just now that stupid change. Why fix that clearly isn't broken? I'm so used to the classic method where you just start your stream, you just start streaming in OBS and it'll become live. But now you have to start streaming on OBS, then you click that blue button on the top right of the interface. It's so stupid. I'll show it to you. I'm gonna bring over my camera there so I can show you. Oh, look at that. Yeah, you have to click that button. It will appear blue at first. When you start your stream here in OBS, it would appear here. And then if you're used to the old interface, you think, oh, you're live now. No, you have to click this button here too to start streaming. And I did not realize that. Awful. Well, what do you expect, YouTube? They keep ruining what's perfectly working. We're just modern day programmers in a nutshell. How stupid. Also, that's the advantage of having a real camera instead of a webcam. Oh well, at least I'm still early on. I've only completed the first 2 levels. Level 1 is really short though. I wanna go play that crane game. I wanna get the big one. Oh, this is a harder one. Ah. I'll get to that after this mini game. Uh-oh. Yes, at least I get a few lives. I don't know, I think it's just an unnecessary second step being added. Well, an idiot would know, a non-idiot who stole a key would notice that button anyway, but I don't know, I'm just so used to the old interface where you just start streaming in OBS and then you're live. Oh well, some more Kirby. I think in newer iterations of this power-up you can aim vertical. I know you can... There will be like a crosshair that'll appear. I'm not sure if it was like that in Superstar. These sleepy guys, these are often used as obstacles in Superstar. Because, well, it basically makes you sleep. Uh-oh. I didn't know those were background elements. Those... I mean, it's level geometry. I'll just take a cutter. In the newer Kirby games, it'll take you a few more hits to loot before you lose your power. In this game, you lose it as soon as you get hit. Oh, that's a nice touch, I just noticed. Oh man, there's so many enemies. I'm being pummeled. Kirby's feet are angled when you're standing on a slope. That is a nice attention to detail, especially for NES standards. That's nifty. An attention to detail. There's also another game that also has a lot of attention to detail put onto it. It was Mr. Gimmick, only released in Japan. I wouldn't be surprised if I eventually come across that game soon, so long as the surplus store keeps stocking some family computer stuff. Yeah, you have to push that button in the top right corner of the new streaming page before it will start. So for in the past 30 minutes I was streaming nothing because I did not click that button. How stupid. I'm so used to just start stream on OBS and there, you're live. That's more intuitive than having to do two things at once. Maybe it's useful to make sure that your stream is going very well. You do it sort of a little bit of a trial. And once everything looks hunky-dory, you start. But still. Also, I've tweaked my stream settings. I'm now streaming at 9 megabits per second with the fast preset. Hopefully the Z600 has enough horsepower to handle that. I could even go medium if I really want to. I don't like that ball, that's a nasty power. These ducks are... These suicide ducks, these kamikaze ducks. Is that sleeping, fellas? Oh no! Oh, tornado. Ah, great. Well, you have to do 2 steps now instead of just doing 1 step, which was the way it was before. Oh, these sloth things. Also no annoying beeping when your health is low. It'll just beep when you entered an area to remind you. Just suck them through the wall. Burning is a pretty good power. This is one of those situations. I don't know, the graphics in this particular room I thought were... The white polka dot stuff, I thought that was background. Ah, great. I'm looking forward to getting my multi-cart repaired. It's this thing. I'm looking forward to getting this thing fixed. This is a multi-cart, a bootleg. The problem it had was the SRAM chip over here, which is now absent because they took it out, which was dead, is broken. So I've ordered some two Hitachi 626 HM6264 SRAM chips. It should hopefully work on this thing. You can take either DIP28 or some TSOP. I think that's TSOP, the surface mount capacitor. So yeah, I'm looking forward to get this going because there's more, so I can have like more games for my family computer. So I remember, I did remember finding a family computer Disco System once in a surplus store in Davao, which I think is still there. But I passed it by this year, I believe, when I was going through in my vacation. But that was a long time ago when I saw like piles of N64s and then a Famicom Disco System and the Sharp Twin Famicom. I guess. Oh well. Playing some more Kirby. How are the volume levels though? Is it good? Is the game a little too quiet or what? Uh-oh. Ouch. Ouch. These things are nukes. And then it wiped my power. They have a blast radius to them. Uh-oh, we got a wheelie bin. I don't know why I like calling it a wheelie bin. It's not a wheelie bin, it's just a wheel. Ah. Also, fun fact about the family computer Disco System. The drive sled is not random access, it's linear. So, in order to like read a part of the disc way back, it had to keep spinning the disc for a while and then wait for until it resets or something. What I heard is not random access. The head moves in a linear fashion. It's not like a floppy drive. The discs the family computer Disco System uses are 3-inch discs. And the density I believe is low enough for it to be about as reliable as a 5 1/4 inch. Also, the thing about the Disco System is you can rewrite the game discs on a kiosk. There will be kiosks dotted around Harry Japland where you can basically purchase another game and then write it to your disc. You can either do it on a disc with a game in it already, or you just buy a blank disc and then put your game on it. Put the game you purchased on it on the kiosk system. Ooh, super jump? Oh, the stars are super jump. Oh no, gravity. Oh. Oh, it's going berserk. No. Ah. Ay! So yeah, the Disco System, the main reason why Nintendo looked into that was because making discs was cheaper than cartridges. Cartridges at the time were very expensive. So the Disco System was more of a cheaper way to distribute games and also support larger games. The first version of The Legend of Zelda was on the Disco System. Though there was eventually a cartridge version of the game when ROMs became cheap enough to be viable, and it basically made the disco system obsolete. And then there's the problem of load times, which the larger cartridges don't have. So yeah. Nowadays Nintendo has returned to cartridges with the Switch upgrade. Switch uses cartridges. Well, very small game cards. I think in the newer games the cannon is resettable. Is only fire once and you're fucked if you didn't get it right. How am I supposed to do this? Sort of. They were popular in European micros, apparently. I think it was also even used in the MSX. The MS sucks. I think what I'm supposed to do is I'm somehow supposed to get this ball guy to fire. Yeah, that. You have to make him do that. I think. Come here, you. He's doing rapid fire. No, it doesn't. You cannot ignite. Oh yeah, and Euroland, disc releases were rare. Most notably on the Commodore 64, most of the titles in Euroland are tapes there. Or I think I'm supposed to be able to blow that block off. Never mind, I'll just deal with that secret. I think it's like R tape load error on the Specky. I've not used the Specky, but I'm familiar with that tape. Ooh! Hey, Mr. Rice, you were talking about like Game Boy Kirby earlier. Well, your Game Boy Kirby ported to the family computer. Wasn't the NES Super Nintendo already out by 1993? Already nostalgia levels. Though I think Kirby's Adventure was still new by the time this one came out. Or it was still fairly new. I'm not sure if the music sounds a bit different from the Game Boy version. This is basically Game Boy Kirby with powers of Kirby's Adventure. So they should have used a green palette, that would have been more accurate. Yeah, I did not expect this. I did not play up to this point when I used to play this in emulator land. With emulations. The only thing color here is curb. Everything else here is black and white. Uh-oh, it's those coconuts that are grenades in this universe. Uh-oh, I did not see that coming until it was too late. Eastern Island head thingies. What was it? The one with those like giant statue heads. Wasn't it like in Easter Island or something? I noticed. Oh no, that's just OBS. I thought there's like still a blue border, but it's all the palette's monochrome. I wonder if anyone has actually dared try to emulate Game Boy on a NES. The hardware seems kind of similar enough that it could just reuse the tile engine of the NES to do hardware scrolling. Well, I've seen an example that was for like the Wonder Swan. An NES emulator on the Wonder Swan. It was only a demo or prototype. The one that I saw. Well, not personally, in a video. I think it was Ashen's videos. I don't remember. It's a long time now. Oh great, I lost my power. Okay, there's a boss area now. Oh, parasol, I don't like that. Oh, it's D. This obese duck thing. D is interesting because in the early games he's usually been the final boss of the in the Kirby games, but later on he became an ally or a friend. I think starting from Kirby 64. Also, the sounds he makes in Smash is like. He also does inflate when you like fly in that game as DDD. Nah. Also, I like the little the nice detail on that lake there, that rippling effect. This game's got a lot of detail to it for an NES game. I guess when you've reached the limits of the console, the best you can really do is just add small details to add to the flair. As in, if you already pushed the console enough already, and you cannot push it any further, the best you can do by that point is just add little details. Hey! The stars despawn rather quick. Oh, great. There we go. DDD is DDD. Oh, shooter level. I think this is the start of the dark matter. That ball is dark matter or miracle matter. I'm not sure. Oh, look, parallax scrolling. You can see the seam. The seams. I didn't know that shooter segments have been in the Kirby series as early as this. Again, I didn't play much of this game. It's accomplishing parallax scrolling by horizontal retrace interrupts and then changing the scroll offset at the right scan line. Shh. I'm just perplexed with the graphics. Yeah, I'll get to the chat. I guess that might be a problem importing NES games to, I don't know, Game Boy games to NES. I don't think DDD ever bursts while he's inflated. In Kirby's Return to Dreamland, there is a shooter segment. the final stage. I really have to like. It seems I just realized it seems Kirby games usually end with a shooter segment. Kirby 64, for instance, also ends with a shooter segment. Oh. Uh-oh. I crashed. Oh, there's a time limit. There's a time limit. I basically lost altitude and crashed. I thought it was like phase 2. Oh. Ah. Good thing it ends at this point. And it resumes at this point. This tells something. DDD doesn't want Kirby to put the wand there because it releases the dark matter locked in that fountain. There's a story that's shown when you leave the game run in demo mode, but I could not read it. This is because this is the Japanese version. There's a health gauge for the boss. I forgot. Almost there. Oh. Oh, it is really dark matter. He looks very out of place in this game. Like he doesn't belong in this world. Trying to figure out where's his weak spot. Oh, there it is. I'm not very sure though about the dark matter thing. Well, it looks pretty dark. Uh-oh. Ah. Pretty much, I think this is the final boss. You know, focus more on avoiding and trying to land hits. There's a safe zone there if I stay. Wrong spot. Oh, great. Ah. That one is tricky because sometimes it would... This one is the easiest way to land a hit. That's the easiest phase. There we go. Just stay on a corner. This is the safest spot. I just need to land one more hit and he's done for. Oh, Kirby blew off a good chunk of the moon. How many... Hey, didn't we just defeat the moon earlier in a boss? Why is there still a moon? Well, I guess that's Kirby Universe for you. Sadly, I can't read the Japanese down there. Also notice how, as the parallax scrolls down, there's like a black line that seeps in. I think that's also another limitation. It's not on the Famicom's PPU. It's not 100% precise. Yeah, it pretty much is. I don't know, I think it's a 3-stage. No, it's 2. Because this final boss is stage 8. Hiroshi Yamauchi, Satoru Iwata, Miyamoto, Takao Shimizu. Masahiro Sakurai, that's the creator of Kirby. He still works at Nintendo as a freelancer for Smash Brothers. Apparently, he worked on Smash Brothers Ultimate or Special in Japan so hard that he had to go to work with an IV drop. Wow, he's so determined. When you have to go to work with an IV drop, I guess you're already... I believe you're pushing yourself too much already. I'm not... Oh man, there's a lot of drop frames, I just realized. Oh god. There's problems. Bandwidth problem, internet went down! The internet speed went down. I'm gonna try to restart the stream. I hope it'll pick back up. I'm gonna go back to 8K and faster. I'll just go to 8K mode. My upload is bad. I'm limited to 5 megabit per second. Huh? Oh, it's the end already. Yeah, I think my internet crapped out. My speed dropped to around 5 megabit per second. So yeah, is my voice still coming out though? I don't think it's Mr. Branson and Co. here, it's different. This is the Pinay land. But is my voice still like coming out clean despite the stutters? Yeah, OBS is reporting bad bandwidth. It's dropping as low as 1 megabit and averaging around 5 megabit. instead of the 9 megabit I need for the stream. Yeah, it's not. I don't think this is good. So yeah, the bandwidth went down, and it's dropping frames like crazy because of it. CPU is fine. It's only utilizing 50% of my CPU. Yeah, I guess this is enough. I guess I've already had enough streaming Kirby. I was sort of planning to stream some F-Zero, but since my bandwidth went to crap, I can't do much about it. Oh well, I guess that's pretty much it for this stream. Kirby's Adventure, really good game. It's a good thing I got it for like I got mine for like super cheap. I also have some Game Boy cards. I'm gonna get them in my drawer. It's dropping like 17% of my frames, which is unfortunate. So yeah, it has Super Mario Land and what's this? Rockman World 5, which I think is just Rockman 5. Game Boy. I don't have a Game Boy anymore. I used to have to when I was little, but I let a kid borrow it from me, and now it's gone for good. Kid ran away with it. Well, I have a Game Boy player, which is missing a shell. I know, a Super Game Boy, but it's missing a shell because I was trying to do something really stupid with it. I thought I could play Game Boy Advance games on it, not realizing the hardware is different on Game Boy Advance. Yeah, really good game. So yeah. Pardon the noise. Cut off. So yeah. Kirby's Adventure. Really good game. Really awesome game. Also the cart is warm. Also this is one of those cartridges that have like the Famicom family logo. Also the video looks like that because it's being fed static, so capture card's not blue screening, but it's feeding nothing. But, my cards are up there. So yeah, the earlier cards didn't have that Famicom family logo on it. So yeah, stream would have turned out great if it wasn't for my provider eating shit, and then the bandwidth dropped to shit. So yeah. I'm dropping out now. Alright, LameGuy64 is signing out, and have a good day.